Okay, Chag Sameach, everyone, and Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to our our gathering of the Valley Beth Shalom family and community as we welcome in Shabbat, trying to do so outside in my beautiful backyard in Southern California with great friends here. We have Cantor with us. Shabbat Shalom, Cantor. Chag
Shabbat Shalom,
Sameach,
everyone.
Cantor.
Chag Sameach.
We see your beautiful family in the background, including that wonderful dancer who's going to keep us all on our toes. And we have many friends of our Valley Beth Shalom community here with us as well. And we're looking forward to sharing our voices in prayer and in song and in story. So let us begin with beautiful melodies to bring in Shabbat.
Sing with us.
For those of us who want to follow along in our Siddur, we have the Siddur that we'll be using throughout our prayers this evening, Siddur Sim Shalom. It's available on vbs.org, VBS at home. And we begin with Shalom Aleichem, welcoming in Shabbat, Cantor.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Baruch Hu Nil Shalom Malachei Shalom Malachei Elyon Mimelech Malachei HaMelachim Kadosh Baruch Hu Nil Shalom Malachei Shalom Malachei Elyon Mimelech Malachei HaMelachim Kadosh Baruch Hu Zeitchem Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon Melech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Page 15. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, l'Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, l'Adonai. Nariya letzur yishenu nekadma banav b'toda. נריה נריה לצור אישנו במהירות נריה לו לכו נרננה לכו נרננה לכו נרננה לנאי לכו נרננה לכו נרננה לכו נרננה לנאי כי אל גדול אדוני ומלך גדול על כל אלוהים כי אל גדול אדוני ומלך גדול על כל אלוהים לכו נרננה לכו נרננה לכו נרננה לאדוני לכו נרננה לכו נרננה לכו נרננה Or Zarua La Tzadik, page 17 at the bottom. Or Zarua La Tzadik, Or Zarua La Tzadik, Or Zarua La Tzadik. Tzadikim b'Adonai v'hodu l'zecher kodsho. Simchu tzadikim b'Adonai v'hodu l'zecher kodsho. La Tzadik, Or Zaruha, La Tzadik. Page 19, Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Romemu V'ishtachavu le'ar kodsho V'ishtachavu le'ar kodsho Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Romemu Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Romemu Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Romemu Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Romemu.
One of our great teachers in our community is Rabbi Avi Weiss. He was one of the compatriots that Rabbi Shul Weiss gathered around him in the extraordinary years of his leadership. And Rabbi Avi Weiss, among the many great things that he did, was really becoming a champion of what is now termed modern orthodoxy. And among all the incredible teachings that he had to share, not only those about the way that Judaism ought to be embraced in the 20th and 21st centuries, but he shared something with us once a couple years back when he was one of our scholars in residence. And he talked about the wedding moment. And it was a beautiful image, and one that I wanted to share with you now because I think it's just such a great way to bring in Shabbat. And he used the image that he shares with his wedding couples when he stands underneath the chuppah and they're making their way down the aisle. And once the couple gets there, he asks them to literally turn around and to begin kind of reminiscing about the journey that brought them to that moment. Everything from the first time that they met to the moment that their love was something certain and true, and that there was courage mustered up in their hearts to say yes and to propose that they spend their lives together as loving friends. And all the wedding preparations and all of the moments that led up to the aisle, and then walking down the aisle, and then finally walking down the aisle and being there. And right before that moment, there's this great anticipation, this moment of waiting. We talk about this, and Rabbi Weiss didn't refer to this in his explanation, but it's something that's so true for us as Jews. You know, we're not really good listeners, but we really are good at waiting. We wait for our turn. And imagine waiting for that moment when the bride is coming down the aisle. And for those who've had the privilege of standing under the chuppah and waiting for the bride or the groom to approach, to know that there's two kinds of waiting that are happening right in that moment. There's a waiting of eagerness and anticipation of excitement. There's a waiting that happens knowing that what is yet to come is something that is so incredibly fulfilling, sacred, holy, transformative. It is a revelation. And in that moment of revelation, in that moment of transformation, you, as you know yourself to be, will no longer be you, but you will be as one with the other. And that kind of excitement and anticipation is really what is building up in the moment. It's in the moment that we're about to say in our prayers of Lecha Dodi. And the other kind of waiting is a little bit of an anxious waiting. It's kind of the anxiety that we have that the moment is something so uncertain that we just want to have some certainty in our lives, and we're waiting for that moment to be over so that we can return to a place of stasis. We can return to a place of comfort. That waiting with anxiety is one in which the moment will pass. And when the moment passes and we feel secure, we know that we have endured something extraordinary, even powerful, even transformative in and of itself. This prayer, Lecha Dodi, is so well situated because it is precisely at this moment that we are waiting for Shabbat. And in this moment, Shabbat is ready to enter. And if we're ready to accept it, we're like the groom standing at the end of the aisle underneath the chuppah, waiting for Shabbat to enter into our loving embrace. And the question that we have for us is the question that we're asking on Shabbat, but it's also the question that you ask as this week unfolds before us. And there's a lot of new things that we've been waiting a long time for to experience. Maybe the same things, but experiencing them anew, or maybe it's new things in our new reality, whatever that will actually be. And so what I hope is that as you're looking at the past, and you're waiting for the past and being able to savor the memory of what it was, and savor that everything that was precious and what brought you to this moment will be present in this new step that you take. And looking towards the future and waiting for the future with that anticipation and that excitement that maybe what tomorrow will bring is brighter and holier and more loving than it's ever been before. Shabbat is the moment of not looking in the past and not even looking into the future. Shabbat is now. Lecha Dodi is now. It's this time when the waiting is over, when all of the anticipation of the world that it ought to be something, or all of the reflection of the world as the way it is, that all melts away. And as we sing these words, and as we welcome in this day, we welcome in now. We welcome in Shabbat. The waiting is over. So let us sing Lecha Dodi, page 21 in our Siddur.
Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Kabbalat, Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Kabbalat, Shamor v'Zachor v'Ribor Echad, Ishmianu El HaMiuchad Adonai Echad, U'Shemo Echad, Reshem U'Tiferet V'Lizilah, Adodi Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Kabbalat, Adodi Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Kabbalat, Likrat Shabbat, Lechu v'nelcha, Ki likom al beracha, Merosh mikedem nesucha, So ma'aseh v'machshava tefila, Adoni Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Kabbalat, Adoni Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Kabbalat. Boi v'shalom ateret bana, Gam simcha u'torah, Toch emunei am segula,
Boi Kala,
Boi Kala, Adoni Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Kabbalat, Adoni Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat. One more time.
Lecha Dodi,
Likrat
Likrat
Kala,
Kala,
B'nei Shabbat, Kabbalat, Adoni Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat,
we sing a psalm for Shabbat on the following pages as Shabbat comes in, and it's also this holiday, Mizmor Shir Liyom HaShabbat, page 23, and we'll conclude those verses together at the bottom. But me you have greatly exalted. I am anointed with fragrant oil. I have seen the downfall of my foes. I have heard the despair of my attackers. The righteous shall flourish like a palm tree. They shall grow tall like a cedar in Lebanon, planted in the house of Adonai. They thrive in the courts of God. We conclude, Od Yenuvun.
Od Yenuvun v'seva d'shenim v'ra'ananim yiyu, Le'agid ki ashar Adonai tzuri v'lo atabo.
We rise together now. If you're able to stand, turning to page 28 in the Siddur, as we welcome in the Sabbath prayers. The evening is not quite here, but it's on its way very soon. And we welcome the evening with these words of Baruch Hu, page 28, following Cantor.
Adonai Hamvorach. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Vaed.
We can take our seats as we continue with the prayers through Shema and to the Amidah on page 29.
Oma Miriam, Umevilaila, Oma Bilben Yom, Umevilaila, Adonai Tzebaot Shemo, El Chai V'Kayam Tamid Yimloch Aleinu Leolam Vaed, Baruch Atah Adonai, Amariv Aravim, Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha Alta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chokim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, L'shoveinu v'komeinu, Nasiach bechukecha, V'nitzmach b'divrei Toratecha, U'b'mitzvotecha, Le'olam va'ed. Ki heim chayenu, Ve'orech yameinu, Ve'orech yameinu, Uvahem neged yomam v'layla. Ve'amatecha al tasir mimenu le'olamim, Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev amo Yisrael.
We sing together the words of Shema Yisrael, following along in the Siddur, page 30. It's a custom to close our eyes and meditate and focus on these words. May our ears hear what our mouths utter. We sing together, page 30.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, v'chol levavcha, u'v'chol nafshecha, u'v'chol meodecha, v'hayu advarim ha'ele, asher anochi mitzavecha, ayom alevavecha, v'shinantam levanecha, v'dibarta baham, v'shivtecha b'veitecha, uv'lechtecha v'derech, uv'shochbecha uv'ekumecha, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך.
Take a few moments. Go ahead, Cantor, please.
Sorry. We go now to the top of page 31. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe Lemor, Daber el bnei Yisrael, v'amarta alehem, v'yasu lahem tzitzit, al kanfei vigdehem ledorotam, v'natenu al tzitzit hakanaf, betil techelet, v'haya lachem letzitzit, וראיתם אותו, וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני, ועשיתם אותם, ולא תתורו אחרי לבבכם, ואחרי עיניכם, אשר אתם זונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו, ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher Hotzeti Etchem Me'eretz Mitzrayim, Liot Lachem Le'Elohim, Ani Adonai Elohechem,
Elohechem.
Adonai Elohechem, Emet.
We're celebrating the holiday of Shavuot, and it is the conclusion of a 50-day journey from the moment that we're reading about right now when we crossed on the other side of the sea and we tasted freedom. It was the ultimate freedom from tyranny and oppression and enslavement. It was freedom. It was a freedom from the shackles which bind us and prevent us from exercising our autonomy and expressing our gestures of hope. And we make our journey 50 days long to stand at Torah, to stand at the mountain, to receive the words of Torah, and to have the freedom to express our responsibility to each other, our responsibilities to our relationships with the people that we love the most, and our responsibilities to be in encounter with God. Let us sing the song of freedom, looking back, but then looking forward. Micha Mocha, page 32. Cantor, you're not working. Cantor Barron's sound is not working, Alana. Are you aware of that?
Cantor, do you want to try unplugging your mic?
How about now?
Yep.
Got it? Okay. Sorry. Little loose thing there.
Let's go for Micha Mocha.
Sorry, everyone. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Ai, lai, 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 lai. Ai, lai, 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 lai. Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi kamocha neder b'kodesh. Nora tehilot on sefer. Oh, say fellas, sing with me now. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Malchutcha, malchutcha, ra'o banecha, ukei hayam lifnei Moshe. Malchutcha, malchutcha, ra'o banecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha neder b'kodesh, nora tehilot, o sefer, o sefer. Ze Eli, anu amro. Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha neder b'kodesh, nora tehilot, o sefer, o sefer. Sing with me now, yai, lai, 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 lai. Ai, lai, 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 lai. Ai, lai, 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 lai. Ai, lai, 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 lai. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגלו ביד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
Last night, as we studied early into the morning, and for those who participated not only in the Valley Beth Shalom learning, but there was learning across the country that we were tuned into from not only the Rabbinical Assembly and the conservative movement, but also here in Los Angeles, there was a wonderful tikkun. Tikkun is the word of correction. So tikkun is also in this mindset is that we're making the world straight by studying Torah. And in the middle of all of our learning, the thing that was presented, one of the things that I taught was about seeing and being seen. And I wanted to bring that as we're reading this next prayer, which is a prayer that asks God to see us and to protect us, because the world that we live in is so very vulnerable, so incredibly uncertain. And as we offer that prayer, we seek and beseech God's presence in a time where, as the night falls upon us, and whether that's a physical darkness or a darkness of uncertainty of what tomorrow may yet bring, that we pray that God's constancy and understanding helps us to see. And I wanted to just bring up, because this week is something that just shudders our souls about seeing and being seen. And it came on the news, almost a distraction from the pandemic that we're living in. And it was so shuddering that it's now taken over the news. And that was the apprehension and the subjugation of one man who, by record, was forced in such a place and was pleading for his life and was not heeded. And ultimately his life was taken. I wonder what it was that was being seen in that moment. All of us are crying from our souls. We're not crying from our minds nor our hearts. We're crying for our souls that here's a moment where we needed to see and we needed to be seen, and we missed the mark. We missed the mark. They missed the mark, and we can be angry at them. But this is a moment for all of us to say we've missed the mark, to know that we live in a world where people can treat other human beings in such a way that is so brutal and humane, compels us to pray words just like these in our Siddur, and then to meditate from our hearts and from our souls from this. How can we see each other so that we can find the dignity that exists in all humanity? And how can we be seen in such a way that all of our humanity, even in its flaws and in its weaknesses, is still seen as an image and a light and a presence of God? As we pray the words on page 33, we ask God to shine light in a place where there's darkness. And we ask us to shine light in a place where there's darkness, because we are made B'Tselem Elohim. We are the image of light that God needs us to be in this world. So let this prayer be not only a prayer for God's protection, but may it also be our prayer to protect each other and to speak out wherever it's needed to make sure that we are responsible. We respond in any place where that doesn't happen. So we sing, page 33, the final words of the prayer, Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom. Help us, God, to find place of peace. V'hamidenu Malkeinu L'chaim, and lift us up in life. We sing together the bottom of page 33. Your microphone again.
Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Ve'shamru b'nei Yisrael et hashabat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל עוד היא לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, ושמרו בני ישראל Asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz ve'shamru bnei Yisrael et hashavat la'asot et hashavat le'torotam berit olam u'bayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, v'shomru b'nei Yisrael et hashavat, la'asot et hashavat le'dorotam berit olam.
We continue with Kaddish on page 34, and then because it is the festival of Shavuot, we'll turn in our Siddur, if you're following along, on page 41, and you'll recite the prayers from page 41 through page 44. If you're able to stand as we recite Kaddish, please do so, and enter into a few moments of quiet and meditative reflection and prayer. Once again, 34 in the middle of the page, and then page 41 for the Amidah for this evening.
Yitgadol v'yitkadosh Shomei Rabbah Be'alma divrach yirutei ve'amlich malchutei B'chayechon u'vyomechon U'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael Ba'gala U'bizman kari V'yimaru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam ul'olmei almaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalal Shemei dekudesha berichu Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata amiran be'alma v'yimaru Amen.
Once again, silent prayer beginning pages 41 through 44.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol shalom, shalom rab al Yisrael amcha, tazim leolam. Shalom rab al Yisrael amcha, tazim leolam. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
Let us bring ourselves to conclusion. We'll conclude with the prayers of Aleinu and then Mourner's Kaddish. And then we'll be able to recite the blessings to welcome in this festival holiday. So please, if you're able to rise once again and you'd like to rise as we pray for the prayers of Aleinu, you'll turn now to page 51 as we conclude.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר
והיה אדוני
ומלך על כל הארץ,
ביום ההוא
ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
אחד. If anyone is in a period of mourning and is with us, either with us here in the Zoom room or with us on the Facebook or on YouTube platforms, please take a moment, remain standing if you've been standing, or please stand now as we turn in our Siddur to page 52 or whatever copy that you have to recite the words of Kaddish Yatom, the Mourner's Kaddish, words which sanctify life, words which sanctify comfort and peace for those who've experienced loss. And we hope and pray as a community that you will find comfort in our embrace. Page 52. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba. Ve'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael ba'gala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevorach le'olam ulamei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei. Yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudsha berichu Leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechamata, damiram be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. O say shalom b'mamav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. So in a moment, we're going to conclude with Kiddush. Well, we'll do Hadlakat Neirot and Kiddush, and then we'll say to everyone, Chag Sameach and Shabbat Shalom. And I want to say, first of all, thank you very much to Cantor Baron, Beautiful as always. What a great way to bring in wonderful melodies on the Shabbat. And if you enjoyed it, if this is your first time with us, we do this every week. This is a wonderful way that Valley Beshalom gathers as the sun sets on the West Coast over here. And we're glad that you're with us as the weather's cooling and as we welcome in Shabbat, this day of blessed peace and rest and joy with our community together. Speaking of community, there are many wonderful opportunities to learn and to worship with us. So please join us in all of those opportunities. Tomorrow morning, we have a Torah study with Rabbi Feinstein at 9 a.m. We have our holiday and Shabbat services beginning at 10 a.m. For those who are observing Yizkor, the memorial prayers that are recited during the festival holidays, Yizkor will begin at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. There'll also be Havdalah with Cantor and myself, and we look forward to seeing you at 8:30 p.m. tomorrow night. And that will be not only the conclusion of Shabbat, but the conclusion of the holiday. And only that another exciting week filled with learning and friendship and fun is on the horizon. So we hope to see you there. Cantor Baron, are you ready for lighting the candles and making
Very
Kiddush?
ready, and I have some help here.
Let's see the wonderful Baron family. Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach to everyone.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, V'tzivanu lehad leikner, V'tzivanu lehad leikner, V'tzivanu lehad leikner, Shabbat b'yom tov.
The Kiddush is for the festival. If you want to follow on the book, page 50. Page 50.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol am, v'romemanu mikol lashon, v'kiddishanu b'mitzvotav. V'titen lanu Adonai Eloheinu be'ahava, Shabbatot limenucha, moadim lesimcha, chagim uzmanim lesason, et yom haShabbat hazeh, ve'et yom chag haShavuot hazeh, zeman matan Toratenu, be'ahava mikra kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim, kivanu v'charta, V'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat u'moadei kodshecha, v'ahava uvratzon, v'simcha v'sason, hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha'shabbat v'Yisrael,
Azmani. L'chaim, 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 everyone. And to everyone, Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach. Thank you, Alana Vorspan, hiding behind the Valley Beshalom banner to make sure that this has all been coordinated as well. Take care, everyone, and have a blessed Shabbat. We'll see you in many VBS moments to come.
Ose shalom nimromam, oyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru amen. Ose shalom nimromam, Yada-dai-dai-dai.
Lai, 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 lai.
Shabbat shalom. Chag
Shabbat
sameach.
shalom. Chag Sameach.